And now, here is your forecast first with meteorologist Zane Satry.
A line of strong thunderstorms is pushing into the area at this hour. It'll move through over the next couple hours, dropping a lot of rain and some gusty winds as well. Temperatures just ahead of it are mostly in the upper 70s to the low 80-degree mark. Behind that, though, we've got some cooler air working in behind the rain. In your forecast first, showers and thunderstorm chances abound throughout the evening hours and into the overnight. We'll time out more chances tomorrow coming up on Local 4 News at 5.
Work continues in the search for a 5-year-old girl in the Rock River. What's being done to prevent other accidents like it in the future?
And new information emerging on the suspicious death of a 23-year-old, why police say he did not die where he was found.
WHBF is local for you. This is Local 4 News at 5.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Jim Needleman.
And I'm Tiffany Lundberg. Thanks for joining us for Local 4 News at 5.
Recovery crews are winding down the second full day in the search for a 5-year-old girl in the Rock River.
It has been a tumultuous week for her family and rescue workers. Local 4 News was the first on the scene Monday evening. That's when a woman and 3 kids fell into the river after their boat capsized at the Steel Dam. The woman and 2 kids made it safely back to shore, but the young girl got swept away. Divers were out until midnight last night. It is part of our continuing coverage on this accident. Local 4's Kelly Bowles has been along the river in Milan and joins us live with the latest. Kelly?
Jim and Tiffany, it has now almost been 48 hours since that initial call on Tuesday evening, and as you can see, the conditions are rough out here right now. The rain is really coming down, but crews, despite the weather, are still out here looking tirelessly for the little girl that is still somewhere in these waters. As you can see, the memorial that first appeared yesterday is starting to grow a little bit, and that is after Quad Cityans have been seen paying their respects throughout the day, stopping by and dropping off just a few things as it goes along. We are still in contact with the Illinois Conservation Police, who say they will continue their search into the evening, but will probably wrap up sooner than they did last night. Moline Fire Department has been working in shifts with Christian Aid Ministries and other departments throughout the afternoon, and we have now learned that the search has been extended to the Mississippi River, where the 2 rivers meet, as a precaution. But first responders tell me with this heavy rain and the strong current, these waters are dangerous even for them.
The water's very high, very rapid right now, more so than normal. So that is probably the biggest thing that we're looking out for and trying to be cautious of. To prevent any further accidents or injuries down there, I believe the DNR is just coordinating 1 boat in the area at a time, and then every couple, 2-3 hours, I believe another boat replaces one.
And once again, at this time, the little girl is still missing somewhere in these waters, and we are going to continue to bring you all of the developments as they become available. What one first responder says these tragic incidents mean for everybody involved is coming up in just a little bit on Local 4 News at 6. But for now, live in Milan, Kelly Bowles, Local 4 News.
Kelly, thank you. We are learning new information about the suspicious death of a 23-year-old Moline man. Police have identified the victim as Taylor Kirkland. Today they say they do not believe that Kirkland died where he was found and are asking anyone who might know more about his final hours to come forward. Police discovered Kirkland on 16th Street around 5 on Monday morning. They say at this time they are treating this as a criminal investigation and say someone knows something about this case.
The family's upset, and if something happened to him, you know, to be discarded on the side of the road is not appropriate. It's not only illegal, but, you know, it's immoral to do that to another human being. So we're just asking for people that know something to come forward and say something.
And police are still investigating at this time. The exact cause of death has not yet been determined. They encourage anyone with information to contact Moline Police or Crime Stoppers of the Quad Cities.
A Galva man faces a first-degree murder charge after deputies say he shot a 19-year-old man whose truck crashed near his property. It happened just after midnight yesterday on No Road in Galva. Knox County deputies say 58-year-old James Love heard the accident and went to the scene. They say he confronted Xavier Hartman there and fired 2 shots. Well, one hit Hartman and killed him. Love is now being held in the Knox County Jail.
A Davenport man is in serious condition tonight after police say that the victim was stabbed by his father. Police said that they responded to a domestic incident about a stabbing around 11:30 yesterday near Cedar Street and West 5th Street. When officers arrived, police say the 53-year-old victim was taken to the hospital with life-threatening injuries and went into surgery. 76-year-old Leo Condon was taken into custody. Condon is facing charges of domestic abuse with a weapon and willful injury.
There won't be a trial anytime soon for the man accused of killing his grandmother and uncle in Rock Island on Mother's Day last year. John Conwell will undergo up to 5 years of extended treatment to try to get him fit to stand trial. A Rock Island County judge ruled Conwell will not be acquitted in the case. Eleanor Conwell and Steve Conwell were found dead in their home a year ago. John Conwell could be sent to a state institution for the rest of his life if he is still found unfit to stand trial in 5 years. Forward it to Local 4 News when you see news happening around you. It's easy with the Our Quad Cities app on Android and Apple devices. Use it to get notified about breaking news and share stories you want covered by Local 4 News. Remember to like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter.
The Illinois Department of Public Health is reporting the first confirmed human case of West Nile virus in Illinois for 2018. A Chicago resident in her 60s became ill in mid-May. The first human case of West Nile virus in 2017 was reported in late July. Last year, 63 counties in Illinois reported a West Nile virus positive mosquito, bird, or human case. For the 2017 season, 90 human cases, including 8 deaths, were reported by the Illinois Department of Public Health.
A homecoming almost 75 years in the making brings some closure for the family of an American soldier from Iowa. Army Private First Class John Walker was 20 years old when he enlisted in the military in 1944. He and his unit came under attack later that year fighting in Germany. He was declared dead in 1945, but his remains weren't identified until a DNA test confirmed it last year. He was finally brought home to the town of Morning Sun today. Some relatives who hoped this day would come weren't able to see it happen.
For me, the closure was somewhat for me, but the closure is really from my mom. And I think it's great. When we went out to the cemetery, we drove by her grave.
Walker was among 16 children. One of his brothers is still alive. This was the second such burial this week. The remains of a Korean War veteran were brought back to his family in Cedar Rapids yesterday. What today means for Walker's brother and the family tonight on Local 4 News at 6.
Young archaeologists had the chance to dig for artifacts with Rock Island's mayor today.
They examined plots on one of the oldest lots in Rock Island to find some artifacts. Kids from the Martin Luther King Jr. Community Center joined Rock Island Mayor Mike Tomes to learn about archaeology. Local 4 photojournalist Owen Hoke has that story.
I think it's a great resource. Of course, not just this lot, but the resource of having some knowledge. The people from the Corps of Engineers are here helping with their knowledge, teaching these kids, along with some people from City Hall, and trying to pass on that information. The kids get to maybe intrigued and maybe pick this up as a career in the future. It's kind of like the STEM as we hear about it. And so it's a great asset to be able to have. Teaching them a little bit about history, how to do a dig, and then hopefully finding artifacts, and then going back and doing some research and see if they can discover the history behind it.
Metal thing.
Oh, did you? You know, I think it's very important for this type of study or any studies, whether it be science or technology or engineering or math, like they talk about STEM, or this type of deal. I think it's very important at an early age. You know, a lot of, I'll call them kids, are developing different aspects of their life, and you never know what's going to stimulate that brain if they're saying, you know, I want to do that when I grow up. And so it's actually better this age than it is when they get older. You know, it's great to be with kids. It's great to see something new and different and discover in the city of Rock Island. There's a lot of history in Rock Island, as we can see when the different artifacts that we find along the river. A lot of things have happened over the years, and so it's very exciting.
Owen Hoke with that story. They got out early enough and beat the rain.
Yes, thankfully.
The soil in there, yeah, the dig already looked a little bit damp there.
Yeah,
we
now
were
it's
looking
just
on
being
our
muddy.
sky cam, and there's a lot of rain outside right now.
Yes, yeah, a lot of rain out there. The soil is going to be real damp now. Lots of clouds, lots of rain showers. We'll show you the radar coming up in just a bit and show you where the rain is headed coming up on Local 4 News at 5.
WHBF is local for you with Jim Needleman, Tiffany Lundberg, and Chief Meteorologist Andy McCrae. This is Local 4 News at 5 in high definition.